Hey Brandon.
Hey.
So let's talk about the Nephilim in the Bible. What do you know about them?
I don't know. I hear they're pretty big and mean and nasty.
Yeah, I heard David kill one.
Maybe. Yeah, the giants descended. We got the Nephilim. We see the fallen angels joining up with the women. Right. We see the sons of God described.
Oh yeah.
The men of what was it? Great renown. I think is kind of what it's talked about.
Random question. On that topic. So if Jesus said that, and there's no marriage in heaven, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's gonna be like the angels. So that means no sex, right? In heaven.
I would doubt it.
Then why did those angels came down here and had sex with women?
They were trying to ruin the lineage that Christ was going to come from. Is really what they were. That was the purpose. Was they were trying to thwart God's plan, and they were coming to try and soil the lineage or the seed that the Christ or the Messiah was actually going to come from. That was their purpose, and that's why God had to preserve through Noah that lineage so that plan could still take place. So a lot of people fail to see what God was doing there and what the purpose of the fallen angels were trying to do. Because they're not just here. They weren't just thrown out of heaven and they're just like, oh, well, that sucks. We're just going to chill. Right? Satan's purpose is to try and overthrow God's plan. Right? And to ruin it at all costs. So he's been working on that since he was kicked out the first time. So he's been given power and authority, right? God has said, you're going to get this amount of time and you're still going to fail, but I'm going to go ahead and prove to you a point that if you wanted to do it your way, it wouldn't work out. Right? And that's really what we're seeing. That's what we're living in now, is this time before Satan is bound in Scripture and thrown into the pit. And then God's going to allow us to be, as mankind, rule for 1,000 years without his trial and tribulation. And that's also to serve the purpose that even without Satan here, there will still be people that will be, uprising. They will still rebel against God. And God's still the only one that can rule and reign righteously and justly. And then once those people are taken care of, everybody that gets to go to heaven, that saw the truth, that was able to actually follow after Christ, they're going to see the value in that relationship with him, and they're going to have that story of redemption that they went through, and God's going to be able to illustrate that with a much better impact than just creating us, keeping us in heaven and saying, oh, trust me, if I would have left you to do it, you would have screwed it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's the whole purpose of the time that he's given to us, to prove to us that mankind can't do it without him. To prove that Satan obviously isn't going to be powerful enough to follow after and worship after him. Makes me think of Isaiah 14, after the fact when we're in heaven, and there's that song that's written that is mocking Satan because he's bound and everybody's looking back. And they're saying, you're the one that we were worried about. You're the one that was causing all this problem. Look at you now. Right? That's what we're looking forward to, because we serve the most powerful and only God in existence, and his plan is going to be the one that's fulfilled. So that was another sidetrack. It's going to be, I guess that's what today's all about.
Sidetracks, yeah.
But the Nephilim. Based on what we see in Scripture, this is the concept of the giants, right? We see some archaeological evidence for that. Scripture tells us it will be as in the days of Noah when Christ returns. There's theories out there that the Nephilim will return. The giants will come back. Some people think it'll be in the form of an alien, right? There'll be some sort of like this Prometheus concept where they're the ones that had planted our seed, and that's how the Antichrist is going to come back and say, worship me because they have these powers and all of this mystical stuff. And then we have others that say that the giants are, we're already going to come, or they've already come back, that they were cannibalistic, that we're starting to see evidence of them. If you really want to go down the rabbit trail, anybody watching this video, go do research on the Solomon Island giants. That one to me was always really cool. There's some evidence that they may still be here, right, or that they may be returning. Regardless, does it matter as Christians? Can they really do anything against us?
No.
Is there anything we should worry about? No,
because David had faith in stones. I had faith in an AK.
So I have faith in a friend that has an AK. So, no, Scripture talks about fear the one who can destroy both body and soul. Don't fear the one that can destroy body. So we serve after God. Historically, he preserves his people. So even if that's the case, in the next 7 years, if giants come back and their supernatural powers and they're killing and eating humankind, we're still in the hands of God, and whether or not it's our time to go, he's going to preserve us. The thing is, if we're more valuable to God if we're doing his will, so that's really the advice I would give is become useful, become obedient, hear his voice, and he'll preserve you because you're being useful to him. That's what we see scripturally. So that should be our goal as Christians, is to be able to hear his voice, to be doing his will, to be yielding fruit of his Spirit being in our life, and that's how God will preserve us through these end times. That's, those who are doing his will, those who are actually doing work for him. Because it's rare. Christ says that when he comes back, will he even find faith?
Yeah.
So that's really what our focus and goal should be. So Nephilim, yeah, I believe they existed. I believe in some form or another there were some giants, right? But it goes back to that being woke video. Is it really pertinent to sharing the salvation of Jesus Christ?
No.
I would say no. No, it's cool to know. It's interesting to look into. That Solomon Island stuff. I always thought that was really interesting as well. But
Yeah, I'm going to check into that, never heard of it.